afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to another exciting and riveting, amazing propaganda cast from your host, Imperial Dane, Master Propaganda, the one and only, your only sanctioned source of comedy to entertainment as well. Here, off to a 1 versus 1 unfavorable approach. In the northwest, it is Bullard, fighting for the Soviet Union, socialism, Comrade Stalin. Taking on the role here of the 3rd Guards Mechanized Corps in the south, it is Frost, fighting for the Wehrmacht, Germany, Deutschland. Taking on the role here of the Großdeutschland Panzergrenadier Division, we got German infantry, strategic reserves, and fortified armor with packed Panzerfaust and Austrian bulletins versus armored assault, Gart motor, and Gart rifle bulletins here with infantry and T-70 bulletins there. And we're off to a riveting start here, the Grenadier 74-2 versus double conscripts. And as always, I like to suggest and remind you of to like, subscribe, and share, and press that bell button so you're more likely to get the video, but also more people otherwise around to like it. It's about something about engagement, metrics, and YouTube being YouTube. So if you could do me that favor, that'd be very nice. In which case, in return, I promise to provide you with the most exciting and riveting of entertainment. Regarding years of quickly falling back, 74 forces up, their 1200 rounds per minute being directed in their general area of existence, and quickly fall back here. Pioneers around the center getting flanked here by conscripts. Morgan is moving in here. It is worth noting, usually you'd see these some play ahead for the northern viewpoint, but Frosty is hiding harder for the southern one, which is a bit more risky in some ways, depending on how the opponent also moves about. But I mean, if you can't grab it there, you have sort of much stronger area to sort of fight from. But obviously, if it doesn't pan out, you can't left yourself in a bit of a tight position. More contra for Bulat, more infantry to face the fascists with. Trying to stay clear of the MG42s just setting up here to deal with engineers while the gun is and deal with the conscripts there. Interesting way, they're also a bit cold there by Frost, and certainly staying frosty there, if you will. Basically figuring the conscripts can't damage the MG42 fast enough, so they can allow other units to deal with the conscripts, and the MG42 then fights for the fuel point. So nice play there by Frost, certainly some nice frosty play there. Conscript is going to be here by the northern point here, as Frost is beginning to exert some influence towards the northern fuel point there, with Bulat there trying, of course, to counter that. His men lining up behind an old tractor against the Grenadiers there to slowly shoot them down. Around here we got more German infantry lining up, machine gun being repositioned actively and aggressively, very good. Always a find to be a hallmark of good Wehrmacht play, using machine gun actively support your troops. Certainly that was what German infantry doctrine was centered around, the MG42 or MG34. If you couldn't get the MG42 because you weren't considered, good enough. 4th conscript out there for Bulat. And we got their Molotovs on the way to help deal with the Frost infantry and support weapons. Very good. They're going to be heading back. Going to use the conscript up north here. Southern fuel point secured for the Wehrmacht, though they do need to actually connect it. Unless by some, yeah, it's not connected. So I see some twist of fate, it somehow ended up being connected. Possibly quantum mechanics. Conscripting in here for the center victory. Portman goes straight for the car point. Basically outmaneuver here Frost hard point by the fuel point to basically force them out of it. Or at least make it more painful for them to try and hold it. Meanwhile, Frost also dispatching more forces northwards here, so both players sort of trying to play around each other and their moves. No sign of doctrine here from either side. There go first Molotov. Second, of course, the Frost. There are Molotovs he has to worry about. Ground the point here. Conscripts moving down there. MG42 has repositioned once more back into the building here to cover. Though, of course, there's going to be a blind spot there. Something Bulat could take advantage of if he realizes it, and he probably will soon. Can't have a lot of them into they can sort of expose them. There you go. MG4 up in the conscript. Need to reposition them, get them out of the arc of fire. And there you go. Conscript moving out. They're not going to grab the point here. Sandbags on the curve on there. Good play there by Bulat. Taking advantage of Frost exerting a lot of influence here towards the north. Frost taking up. Very good for him. And there you go. Molotov then the Pioneers as they're trying to contest. And then flanking the MG42 here with another Molotov. Also very good. Lighting the machine gun on fire. And there you go. Forcing Frost to evacuate the premises. So nice flank there by Bulat, punishing Frost there from splitting his force I think a bit too thinly, and leaving the machine gun a bit too statically here. And now constantly fighting around the car point. Could get flanked here from inside Frost space, but so far they have no one to do that, so no dice for Frost. Grenadiers fighting the the conscripts laying down heavy, well laid fire with their rifles, grabbing the fuel. Oh, move too fast there, move too fast, be careful. Bulat, be careful. No take up yet for Bulat, they definitely should be going soon, and they'll go retreat as soon as his position becomes untenable. And there's no way to reinforce them, rather than, make a heroic last stand. He just decides he needs the men more alive than he needs them dead. Cold, ruthless arithmetic there for Bulat, but in this case, falls in favour of his men. Frost going for some Panzergrenadier, wunderbar. There's no sign of a doctrine still. I mean, he could go for German infantry, it would definitely benefit his Grenadiers and the Panzer Grenadiers. Strategic reserves would give him assault grenades to mix in. There's the Panther Mortier, which is pretty good. And there's the Tiger Race. And then you got fortified armor. That would be a bit of a peculiar choice, but I suppose I can't rule out Frost would go there. Grenades will counter around the center. Should be within Molotov range, I think there. Or he's close to Molotov range, force the grenades out of the cover, in which case they would have to get out there fast into really low on health. Spark wire here. Deny Blue Light and more use of the cover. There go Raffinade off. You can use Bank South first. Got grenades for the conscripts in the south as well. A lot of engagements across the frontage, as Frost also dispatching a small lone unit into the north on a quest to secure the fuel for the fatherland. Machine gun back in position here. This time no Panther was there to cover and screen it, and making it a bit harder there for Balat to creep up on it and, you know, do anything nasty. And there you go. First doctor choice is Balat with Armored Assault. Nothing immediate, no submachine guns or guardsmen, but long term, of course, he will get extra T-35s, IS-2s, and Sturmovik. So he's definitely expecting he's going to have to go to a longer fight here versus Frost, rather than just try and, you know, put in more pressure now. Meanwhile, Frost, while he has checked up, hasn't done more with except those Panzergrenadiere. No sign of a doctrine yet. No sign of not much else really. Going for the carve point as Bullard is hard to work around the northern fuel point back. Sandbags being hauled up by his men. Back here, support companies have finally got some tech as well for Bullard. Frost fuel harassment has effectively made it a bit harder for Bullard just to rush out a fast T-70. And of course at this point Bullard may just go straight for the mechanized armor company and instead try to push out a fast T-30-45, which could leave Frost in a bit of an ugly position. We'll see though what Bullard does. But there you go, hit the car point, quickly dives away. Got a harassment there by Frost. And he's getting ready, medic bunker as well there. Starting to look like he might be planning a theoretical tier 3 rush himself. Rush out St. Oswald. That could be quite deviously effective here versus Bullard, depending on how efficiently it gets executed. Plus, with the fuel harassment is executing against Bullard, I mean, it's going to be difficult for Bullard to punish it at the current state of affairs. So I could see it working out there for Frost. I could see it work out, but we could also rush out a Panther IV mold. Yeah, a bit more risky than Austrian in terms of timing, but obviously a Panther IV mold out fast would be a bit of a headache for Bullard, to put it mildly. So, season the southern victory point there, we got 486 versus 151. Finally continue around the car front. Here's Bullard, strikes once more for Mother Russia. Up north here, Conscripts pushing back the Pioneers with a few well-placed shots coming easy in the wrong side of the cover, and soon on the wrong side of the Red Army. Quickly finds a heavy cover. Of course, at this point, they're going to be on the wrong end of a Molotov cocktail. If Bullard decides it's worth wasting munitions on that. Decides apparently not. Pushing for the centre with engineers, constantly southwards there. Healing reinforcements, standard stuff. Plus, I mean, the faster mechanized armor company would also mean you could quickly upgrade your troops. Alright, not a fast like to mechanized company. Frost does commit to a like to make, well, fast polymer core. He does commit to the like to mechanized company, possibly out of worry. They could get hit by a fast T-70. So he wants to make sure he has a Pack 40 or some other counter to deal with it, and probably doesn't want to, you know, turn his Panzer grenadiers into Panzerjägers to deal with that. Surprise there. With a few assault rifles, though Panzers there, I think, are suspiciously low enough in health they may have to retreat there. Go Molotov there, almost getting a wipe there. Close one there for Bullard and for Frost. Grenadiers up by the centre victory point. Engineers holding the line, but there's not really much to hold the line with. Increasing and further up north here, concentrating the Grenadiers. Overall, good use of sandbags has all been quite efficient here for Bullard. And oh, that's going to be a wipe there. Frost being punished for his little ambush. Panzers were too low in health. I mean, he could get lucky and the unit gets away, but odds are looking increasingly slim. Not impossible, and there we go. Really lucky for Frost there. I mean, that was a bit of a risky move, to put it mildly. And under most circumstances, I think he would have been punished for it quite severely, which would have left Frost feeling a bit sad. Light machine is being handed out. Still no sign of a drop in there for Frost. We do get the fast T-74 Bullard. 9-minute mark. Not too late, but it's kind of hitting the mark there. He might have been better off just going for the mechanized armor company and try and get out a T-34 faster versus Frost. But for now, he is coming to the T-70. The Terror Light tank. Flying around the south front here, drawing in a lot of Frost men to fight right outside of his own base. Nice little diversion there by Bullard. Engineers firing with the guns in the centre. T-70 almost done, and of course does have some slightly increased armour protection, which in most cases is only going to be, I think, relevant versus incendiary armour piercing around from the MD-42. And maybe if somehow you know, gone for guardsmen, they dropped some anti-tank rifles, that could also make it slightly more relevant. I think versus Packs, Panzers, and Panzerfaust. yeah, it's not going to make much of a difference. There we go. S-Mine's up here, though. Good move by Frost. The Sprengmine, or bouncing mine, basically designed to jump up and cause a lot of incredible pain and maiming. I'm not entirely sure what it was actually designed to kill, but I don't think so. Overall, as the war went on, the Germans went from mines they killed to mines that maimed, because, as it turns out, maiming people has a lot more long-term effects on the constitution of the enemy army than just killing people, since, you know, main people can't fight either way, but importantly, they drain resources. Dead people can't fight either, but then that's the end of that. Like, you know, they're not going to drain any more resources. Dead people don't need food, medical supplies, and pensions. So, there's a cruel and ruthless arithmetic behind, you know, the usage of S-mines like the Sprengmine, but also the Schuhmine, which were definitely designed to maiming those who got too close to them. So, little look into the horrors of war there. Mortar on the way for Frost help deal with some of Bulat's supporting weapons. In fact, he's gone for a mortar of his own. Very good pick there. Mortars, I find, have a slight tendency of getting overlooked at times by both, well, most sides, but in particular, I think the Wehrmacht and solo players. Despite, I would say those armies also ones can really benefit from them. Mortar the Panzers there, bit of shrapnel there, Molotov as well here. Still, Bulat needs to put a bit more into the fuel points. Maybe a light or heavy machine gun team could help him with it. Or medium machine gun in the maximum there. All the way T-70 there, 1 kill, half to veteran 2-1. Fire around the centre here, conditions conscripts. Molotov there. I also want to consider some mines here and there versus Frost if possible. Frost, meanwhile, there should be taking up soon, and Bulat would also benefit from. There we go. T-7 Christopher got Panzer fasted and packed. Panzer there holding up the line, but they're taking fire there from Frost's mortar. On account of their flares going off as well. Gonna trying to hit them when they get around to conscripts and the T-70 more importantly. But there you go, Matt trying to flash drop there through the hedge. Oh, there we go, punishing there Bulat from not anticipating that. Good work there, and he's actually going for another T-70. Ooh. I feel like that's a bit of an awkward call there by Bulat. I can understand it. He wants more pressure on Frost now to make it hard for him to take up, but at the same time, it also makes it harder for him to take up. So it's a bit of a risky gambit here that Bulat is currently occupying on Route 4. Bit of a risky bet. If it works out, great. But if it fails, he's really put himself in a top position versus Frost and the Großdeutschland Panzergrenadier. Big push northwards here. Bulat's engineers scattering like rats? No. Rats usually don't carry minesweepers. Anyways, Panzer there routing them with the Grenadier support here. T-7 moving out. Troops healing reinforcing. In the south, interesting about the machine gun being flanked here. Frost making a bit of a mistaken move there. And there we go. Southern fuel point open to Bulat and the 3rd Guards Mechanized Corps. Mortar moving out there. 5 kills. Close to veteran run for that one. Panzer here by the northern fuel. T-7 moving about. Bit quiet here. But not for long. As fighting is once more joined between these two armies. Also against the Panzergrenadier. Good hit, and the Panzer's almost got a wipe there. Will they die this time, or will once more Lady Luck look over them? Mortify on the south here, but not hitting anything at all. Oops, my apologies for the hiccups there. Pack being hauled forward here by Frost and Fatherland. T-7 remaining in a defensive position there. More skirmishing here, and there you go. Mine goes on the Grenadiers, killing 2 men, suppress them, and of course leaving them there to Soviet mortar fire. And Frost realizes this and just gets them out of there fast. More pioneers for Frost. Nothing further in terms of take there for Bulat, and there you go. Take a bolter down for Frost. Very good, very good. Mines being laid down there, Bulat. Sehr good. Conscripts are going to do see a lot of maneuvers here, a lot of it. Sort of attempts to outplay the other side, and you make sure they don't get too many resources. No dull moments down there. Go Molotov from the Pack 40. If you can get the Pack 40, that'd be a big loss there for Bulat, or for Frost. Big one for Bulat if you can grab it and turn against Frost. There we go. Pack down. This is bad news. We're going to see a Grenadier squad go down. He's swinging for it. Going for it. There's nothing to stop it. Pioneers have to retreat as well there. Oh, this could be bad news for Frost. No, he doesn't pursue. Got the Pioneer Stone. He definitely has the Pack. In the south, they haven't found gone as well. The conscripts pinned down by heavy machine gun fire. Panzergrenadier sweeping through the Soviets. with the assault rifles. Close to the ace level already. There we go. Wiped out. Flamethrower dropped and ready for Ludwig to pick up. T-70 through the south here, going for the mortar. Pack 40 there. Oh, it's going to get wiped again. Still, you should be able to grab it again as long as the T-70 keeps nearby. All losing the Pioneers will slightly delay Frost as well. He's going to go for it though. T-70 there with 3 kills. He's going to like use the Pioneers. Set up Panzerfaust that calls him pulled back. And he's going to try and get past the... Oh, he gets it actually again. Grenadiers is going to have a small chance of getting wiped out. Got more Grenadiers moving in though. He's going to need more force, so he definitely wants that pack against Frost. And now he's trying to destroy it with a T-70. That's ambitious. He's getting murdered there. Oh, bad call there, I think, by Bullard. He'd be better off just trying to run off with the pack, honestly. No more if I rain all down the place. Bullard a bit short on everything now. Frost getting that support McCops. Sehr good. Still no sign of a doctrine here, though, for Frost. Another counter support there for Bullard. Mortar rain down the pack 40. Mortar here versus the Grenadiers. Close to the ace level. And there you go, machine on the south, flanked and pushed off. At least Bullard is playing some good tactical flexibility. He's not just focusing on one point on the map, he's always just looking to shift his attention to where Frost seems weaker. And similarly, Frost also looks for spots of weakness there from Bullard to then punish through with him. And the Panzer Grenadiers are definitely increasingly becoming the vanguard here of anything Frost does that really hurts Bullard. I mean, 18 kills close to the ace level, plus they got flamethrowers now. That's just really a nightmare in infantry form for Bullard. And there you go, Molotovs are being chucked down in their paths there. Good use of Molotovs are able to control the movements there, Frost infantry, and punish him if he tries to move through there. So, good play there, and certainly shows again how conscripts can be quite potent. Particularly how the Molotov can be, you know, a bit overlooked. Oh, did he actually... The pack actually got destroyed. No, he got it back. Oh dear. Plus he's got the Ostwind. That's going to be a real problem then for Bullard. He's got no counter to the Ostwind. He's got no anti-tank grenades. He's got no tanks. He's got no field gun. All he's got is one T-70. And the Ostwind has the suppressor bullets in as well there, so it becomes a bit harder for Bullard to use his infantry freely against it either way. Strong move there by Frost. He has lost most of the map there again. You know, credit there to Bullard's handling of the conscripts. Dashingly moving about and really frustrating Frost movements, but Frost's going to be the one laughing once the Ostwind hits Bullard like a ton of bricks that speak German. Go steady with the T-70 light tank with the Ostwind. Shots flying there. 37mm flak rounds exploding around the T-70, scaring the snot out of the crew as they quickly get out of there. Sis-3 field gun on the way there. Bullard really needs to take up. And there go Flak Panzer pursuing the engineers hastily. The South Panzers moving forwards again. 19 kills, ace level. Hardened men have seen much action and survived it. Most crucially. Comes there's the Panzer Grenadier. Oh, that's the Ostwind, not Panzer Grenadiers. The Panzer was basically elsewhere. And there goes Ostwind routed. No chance there's the Flak Panzer in particular once the cover crumbles. Like a sandcastle at the beach of Normandy. T-70 setting out there. Going safe here for the Panzer Grenadier. Engaging viciously. More Pioneers on the way there for Frost. We'll have to see what Bullard does, but he's going to involve a mechanized armor company either way. The question is, he's trying to go for the IS-2, does he go for T-3045s? And there you go, into the armor piece from now to the T-70. Flak Panzer, though, being the thing that does the job better here. Field gun is out. Anti-tank grenades all been researched there for Bullard. Field gun landing great on the T-70. On the Ostwind, the T-70 is barely alive, but it gets away here from the Ostwind. A close shave there for Bullard. And Frost there safely holds the Ostwind to safety forward, finds itself with another 76.2mm armor piercing shell through its hull. Up north, Grenadiers the northern missions point here, actively with the Grenadier. Sehr good. Still no sign of a doctrine there from Frost though. It's starting to look like it's either strategic reserves or fortified armor. I mean, usually you don't. German infantry is kind of a doctrine you want to use more actively throughout the entire match. And I mean, it's still good laid on with assault and hold. Veteran Scorpions would in theory still be useful, though that would have to get more troops for it. The Stormtroopers are handy, but like either fortified armor or strategic reserves, because with strategic reserves you can still get the Panther 4 Model J or the Tiger Ace. Command tanks and the Elephant? Yeah. And it's more Grenadiers there for Frost, interesting. I would suggest Pendulum is a Stormtroopers personally, but that's just me. And North here contributing there, Sandbags again. Good work there with Bulat. Some players tend to like drop off with some of these good abilities throughout a match, like Sandbags tend to be used a lot less, you know, in the later stage of match. There's a good play there with Bulat. Certainly displays some good fortitude and endurance.
We have a fresh Grenadier squad.
T-70 picks up, and then the Mechanized Armor Company there for Bulat. He'll be able to go for the fast T-35, or fast T-35 right away. We could try again, stalling for the IS-2. It's risky. It's very risky, but I mean, he does pull it off. He could leave Frost on in a bit of a tight spot, so we'll have to see what he does. But my gut instinct, at least go for a pair of T-35s before then trying to go for the IS-2. T-35s can soak up a lot of damage, pretty good. There's a lot of the medium tier sort of armor there from Frost. And would also allow him to then more easily just stall for the IS-2 in terms of, you know, safely doing so. Pioneer sitting out there, sweeping for mines and laying down telemines of their own. Ospreying about here. 2 kills to the Flak Panzer's name so far. Mechanized Armor Company up. We'll see what Bulat goes for. I mean, if it goes to the IS-2, it's gonna be roughly 3 to 4 minutes away from that, whereas the T-35 would be, well, now. So, we'll have to see what he does. I mean, the common choice would be to just go straight for the IS-2 for a lot of players. So we'll see what he does. We got a bit of spot conscious there for the T-70, spotting here for the field gun. Pioneer swinging about. Then some of the Flak Panzers really giving Frost here more just sort of pushing ability versus Bulat. And it's really just allowed to regain control the entire map. Whereas again, before the Ostwind, things were looking a bit bad for Frost, though, thanks to the strength of his conscripts. And note they're beginning to upgrade with 7-man squads. Very good there for Bulat. Now the field gun and double field gun, basically double anti-tank gun, is usually one of the bigger signals that your opponent's going to go for a big tank. So if Frost sees that, he should of course be figuring he's going to get hit by an IS-2, in which case it would definitely want some Stugs, some Sturmgeschütz. I mean, Panzer IV Moldiers could also work with the Pak-40, but Stugs would be the, in my personal opinion, optimal choice. Molotov off there. Nice way of just denying the building there to Frost. But there you go. Panzer there going for the field gun. There you go. T-10 rescue about the Flak Panzer on the other side here. Take advantage where the field gun is. It can't shoot past the building there. Good use of terrain there by Frost. Very good read there. IS-2 is somewhat slow there on the updraw. Again, the fuel harassment there from Frost is also slowed down. There you go. Osman taking damage. Engine. Veteran 2-1. Concept trying to push through here, but the Cannoneers holding them down with a light machine gun. And there you go. It's strategic reserves for Frost. Strategic reserves. Could we see the Panzer IV Model Gate? Yes, indeed we are. Yes, indeed we are. Nice to see that. Bit of an old unit in the Wehrmacht, but it's, you know, pretty good. It's basically the Commando West Panzer IV, except in the Wehrmacht. So it doesn't have the same levels of veterancy, but it's still damn good. I mean, partly because you can support it with Stugs. You can't support Oberkommando West Panzer IV with Stugs. So Wehrmacht Panzer IV is better by default. Because of Stugs. Stugs make everything better. Anyways, Panzer IV halfway down there for Frost. And this was the T-70, halfway to the ace level there. Obviously the Panzer IV will struggle as the IS-2. But it's still pretty good versus the rest of what Bulat has. In particular versus infantry. So we'll see what happens next. Either way, Panzer IV Moldier there, done for Frost and Fatherland. Panzerkampfwagen 4 as from Jod. Last models of the Panzer IV before the war ended. Additional fun fact, by the latest of the war, the Führer had actually hard cap production of the Panzer IVs to like, I think, 300 a month. Meaning they could actually produce more, but because he just really wanted to move away from production of them, despite the fervent wishes of everyone who knew better, you know, they sort of came to the compromise of just like 300 a month by the end. But adding a pinmark machine there to the Panzer IV. North here continuing straight through machine gun fire there, not looking too good for them. IS-2 is very close for Bulat, and that will be a challenge though for Frost, and certainly brings up more stuff to deal with it, since Panzer IV Moldier and a Pak-40 versus one IS-2 is going to be a bit of a challenge, to put it in generous terms. Panther wanting to go with the Panther Model J. Very good little formation there. Can certainly give infantry a very big headache. Comes with us the MG42 Grenadiers there in the Ostwind. Of course, the double field guns will likely be used to support the IS-2, and that's going to make it harder for Frost to deal with it using just Panther 4s and whatnot. He may just go for another Pack 40 to help deal with the IS-2, although we got a slow advance here. Athena 13 versus Athena 8. And there we go, Bulat at the 25-minute mark caught in the mighty IS-2 heavy tank. The Yusuf Stalin 2. Constantly about, they're going to flank and hit the southern victory point. Very good. IS-2 rolling out, adding the Penelot machine gun there. A Dishka heavy machine gun. Oh, and the heavy mine laid down that paid off beautifully. That was some high-level chess there from Frost. It's a really bad start there for the IS-2. Do not worry, comrades. We're safe. Onwards. Boom. I think we just blew a transmission. Oh god, Stalin's gonna have my head. Mortar fire raining down. Heading for the southern victory point, fixing up the IS-2, which had a absolutely not spectacular role in the battlefield there. And certainly it's given Frost just more time to like prepare for it now. Like he knows it's there, and he also knows it's going to be at least some time before it gets going against him. So Frost has some time to make some counter plays, some counter plans. We'll have to see, of course, what ends up with. Black Panther moving northwards, so they did a counter attack Bulat's assault here. Gonna sport about to get wiped out. Don't need to be careful there. Foresight. Oh, scheiße. Oh, no. They actually get away. Unit wiped out there. Now the casualty in service of the motherland there. Go field and integrate here on the Ostwind. Close to Veteran 2. IS-2 is almost good to go for Bulat. Almost. We'll have to see if it hits another Telemann or not, though. Another unit wiped out here. Bulat quick replacing the losses. T-70 is going to in the center. There we go. Ace T-70 up here for Bulat. And there we go. IS-2 good to go once more. Alright, this time, comrades, to victory! Just don't hit any more mines.
Enemy forces capturing supply sector.
Back here, troops reinforcing. More packs out there for Frost. Could have gone for a Stug. Our way pursuing the Pentagon is there. We got a pack 40 in the way, they need to be careful. A target weak point here could be a bit devastating for the IS-2, in particular this close to the front line and far away from its own lines. And that's exactly what Frost is going for there. Nicely set up there. Oh, but it misses. Jürgen. You silly buffoon. Up north here, contemplating back the Pioneers there. We got 13 versus 254. Got double pack 40s ready there. IS-2 monster moving ahead. Very unsupported. Run to the packs there. Now the target weak point could be lined up, and this time the IS-2 is too far away for it to really sort of realistically go off. Panzer IV in a very poor condition, field being pushed back the Burgundiers. Got the T-7 rushing in to protect it. Of course, the Pack 40s nearby does mean you have to be careful. Gunnery slowly advancing, backed up by a heavy machine gun crew there. The T-7 can just unload a torrent of 45mm shells against the Grenadiers, but most of them aren't hitting. T-70 almost good to, or is still almost good to go again. That's definitely not a T-70. You have to be particularly nearsighted to think that.
The enemy is taking what we have secured.
Found something about there. Not full reinforced, but there we go. Band grenade off, Gewaltladung on the conscripts. Ooh. And wiped. Beautiful throw there, and a hell of a blow there to Bulat. And the T-7 went down as well there. Leaving Bulat just now with the IS-2 as Frost has stabilized. Again, the shock element of the IS-2 pretty much just got ruined with that Telemine. So as always, mines win wars. Had it not been for that Telemine, I don't think Frost would be able to bring up a second pack 40 in time, which would leave Frost in a much worse position. There goes smoke grenade off. Panther forming into flank here, the IS-2. A bold maneuver there by Frost, but At least just enough to keep the eyes to there. Target weak point. There you go. He's lining up the target weak point. He can even stun lock it. Line up another target weak point there. He could actually take out the IS-2 with a chance to get out of there, or maybe he doesn't need it. I might actually get away there. Missed opportunity, I think, there by Frost. But yeah, had he gone for a second target weak point there, that IS-2 would have been dead. And you just need like the first one to go off, and then you can line up the second one, at which point the IS-2 would have just been completely stuck. More to clear out though, bit of a blow there to Frost, but Frost all remains, I think, in a good situation, apart again due to good use of the target weak point and also just abilities and mines. Consequently ahead, you've got the Usman going in for the north flank here, very good, outmaneuvering here Bulat's northern flank. About to hit Betty 2 on the flak panzer. Ooh, that's really bad news for Bulat's infantry. So just increases rate of fire. There we go. And all the troops rushing the base. There's no anti-tank weapons nearby, so theoretically could actually cause some huge harm inside of his base there. Oh, good God. 14 kills. Feel good so arriving here to salvage the situation there for Bulat. Quick blitz there, and this dodges all of the fire. Close one there for Frost. Very close one. Back here, troops reinforcing. Panther dying repairs. Is he going to go for a Tiger Ace here? He might, but there's also the possibility he just may not end up being relevant. Honestly, he'd probably just better off going for another Panther at this point. Or Stoogs. Even more Ospins would probably just be the right answer than going for a Tiger Ace at this point. IS-2 again, fit for the fight there. IS-2 almost blew up one of his own there, but managed to avoid adding that to his list of court-martialable offences. One, of course, being blowing up a transmission. And it go, Pax go engaged here, the IS-2 again. There you go, target weak point once more. It's actually very rare to see Veteran players make use of that ability. You'd figure they'd use it a lot more because it is really a powerful ability. Like, there's a reason they removed it from the Stug G. It's almost like Veteran players just forgot it existed after, like, it happened. It really was amazing on the Stug, though, when you could just stun them with that. That was beautiful. Busted, but beautiful. So it's nice to see Frost actually make use of the ability there. It's very nice to see that, and I think very much instructional to a lot of Veteran players. We definitely should be paying attention to that one. Plus, Panther from Jenny Austin's being used. I mean, really just great play there of Frost. Would have been nice to maybe see some assault grenadiers, but he's actually made reasonable good use of the doctrine. We got, well, Panther from J. We got the breakthrough packages when he actually used the smoke grenade. No mobile observation post, but you know that one's kind of bad anyways. At least not very good. And the tag race is not going to happen. There you go, nice use in Incendium pistol rounds. Also good ability to use, and one that also I find gets somewhat overlooked by Veteran players. Up north being pushed back here as a Grenadiers, setting up a stalwart attack there against the Soviet field guns, who are utterly defenseless against it. IS-2 on the move again. He's really just boldly moving there. He's not worried about telemines at all. Thankfully for him, Frost hasn't been laying down more, which you should have though. And there go Pants in a bit of trouble. There goes smoke grenade at point blank range. Definitely got some courage there. We got 290 versus 166. 12 kills in the IS-2 heavy tank up north here. Point seized there from the Soviets. Osman here. Clear out any survivors in the center. MG42 there versus the lot of Soviet infantry. Mortar fire raining down though. T-34 on the way there, full out, but there you go. Pack 4 running into the double. Well, I still into the double. Pack 40's almost destroying it again. No target weak point this time around. T-35 there arrives late to the party, but could it perhaps swing things in favor of Bulat? Could it deliver a blow to Frost Nose that leaves him discombobulated and disconcerted? Possibly. Oh, now we've got the Heavy Panzer Co-op, and well, he actually has too many units to go for the Tiger Race anyways. But if he suffers any losses, he could go for it, I guess. He could go for it. He's actually not far off now. He is not far off. Panzer Vormal, yeah, almost good to go. Vets need 2, and there you go. Field gun barrage against the Pak 40. Direct hit, but the crew somehow gets away mostly unscathed. That, on the hand, did not get away mostly unscathed. The entire crew there evaporated. A lot of field gun fire in the Panther 4. North T-35 grounding point C, grounding far northern point here as well. A lot of mortar fire there being exchanged across the centre. Heist 2 sets out again. Once more, very much unsupported. That really diminishes what it can do. Of course, it increases what Frost can do to it, in particular again with a pair of packs with target weak point. Keep coming from the north, engaging the Ostwind. Infantry flying up there, very good. Frost has left the centre open there, so there's a good potential there by the Hun. The Tiger Race is about to hit him. The Tiger Race is very much about to hit him. And here we go. Or not. Oh, there you go. And of course, Bulat will know this. I mean, it could just as well be just a message there to send to Bulat, like, you know, I got this. You might as well surrender. But looks like Bulat has not given up. He fights for the motherland. For Stalin. For not ending up in a gulag. Tiger Race charging ahead here. 290 versus 128. Flak comes as well to back up the Tiger Race, and there you go. Great hit in the Ostwind. Field something up as well there. Great hit in the T-35, almost got it. And the flak pan's about to go down. And there you go. Explodes. The crew decomposed in a matter of seconds. And finally, the IS-2 goes down here. The Ace Pak 40 making very short work of it in combination with target weak point. Really, just target weak point. It's a good ability. Use it if you're playing against the Wehrmacht. So there you go, a spectacular fight here on Femal Approach. Ooh, that's a really nice sort of angle there. But with a lot of nice action from both sides. And then the Bulat, I think, shouldn't have gone for that second T-70. He also, I think, should have just pushed out faster for tanks and then waited with the IS-2. Also, he should have gone for Minesweepers sooner, but there you are. Frost, I think, played well. Could have gone for Doctrine sooner. Maybe snag out some assault grenades sooner. But, oh, as you know, nice play there. Good use of abilities, good use of mines. And again, really, those target weak points were huge alongside that Teller mine. So, you know, goes to show what you can do with the Pak 40 and the target weak point. And really, Baron players should make more use of it. So there you go. Hope you enjoyed this match. Hope you learned something. If you did, subscribe, like, share, comment, tell a friend, tell a family, but don't tell your enemies. And like I do, you can also donate or pledge on Patreon, allowing me to keep doing this day after day. So do please consider links in the video description. This is Imperial Legion. Cheers. Thank you for watching. You're all a wonderful audience. Hope to see you all tomorrow again for a nice episode. Bye.